Good morning, traders. This is Chris Buss with Traders Profit Compass with your midday market pulse for Tuesday, November 24th. Okay, I'm going to keep this for subscribers only. I want to do a quick run through of the indexes, FAAMG, and then hit our positions. We haven't done that in a while, so let's get into it. Got a lot to cover here. SPY 2-hour gap up open. Now we're at resistance here at 362. That'll be an important level to either break through and make a run to the prior high at 364 or a place where it'll run into trouble. Notice the emerging PPO bull cross after a reset at 0. That's a really bullish look. Whenever you get a pullback on the PPO to the 0 line where it curls up and crosses, that's a real bullish sign. Notice also that RSI has held the line here at 50 and has emerged higher. So those are bullish looks. Here you can see it on the 30-minute chart. You can see that the PPO is breaking above 0 and RSI is up here at 70. So watch this 362 area. If price were to pull back to this 360.25 area, I think you can take an objective long right there. If you missed this buy here this morning, remember we had identified this area in the pre-market look. When you got that dip and then the capture of 360.25, that was your buy point. If you miss that move, probably kind of hard to take in here. You've either got to wait till a breakout above 362 and then have your stop below, or wait for a pullback into this 360.25 area. Qs have woken up, surprisingly so. That's why you got to be ready for anything. I was not expecting that. Here too, we've got a reset at 0. Has not put in the bull cross yet, but that looks productive. Came back here to touch 290 and then bounced off that level. Let's look at the 30-minute chart. We had identified 290 as our pivot, just like yesterday. Got a reach down here to 290.25. That was an objective level when that held to take a long. If you had an open mind to it with a stop just below, that has turned out to be a great trade for you. So congrats if you took that. IWM just keeps rolling. Little dip in the morning, was quickly eaten up by buyers. High level bull cross right here is bullish, and RSI is bullish as well. Has broken above the top side of this wedge that I've got drawn here. What you can do is, if you've been long the whole time, or at any point, if you bought this breakout yesterday and held on, you can raise your stop up to 182.50, which was the low of today. I don't think you want to sit by and watch that gap potentially fill and come back. So trail up your stops, stay long, looks good. Facebook held the opening range and exploded higher. The recapture of 270 was your buy. If you were inclined to do that, been a nice trade for you. Now above 273.50, I think you can move your stop up, or if you're not in, this is an objective place to buy on that recapture of 273.50 with a stop just below, with an open door up to 280. So I think that's a nice entry point. If you miss this move, you've got a very clear level to shoot against at this 273.50. Apple. I had a short on this morning. I got out in good shape down here at the bottom. I tried to re-short on a bounce, got stopped out. Great entry point if you bought at support here at 113. Now, the key level is 115. If it can clear that and hold, I think you've got an objective long with an open door up to 118. Hard to tell if it's got the horsepower to do that, but that is an objective level. And if you see that there's, if this was just an oversold bounce and it has trouble and drops back below 115, you've got an objective short there with a stop just above. So this 115 level is very critical, at least to my eye, as a pivot point for the rest of today. Tesla just keeps on going. Congrats if you got in down here, or at any point along the way. You're sitting pretty, and sky's the limit right here. Good example here. RSI overbought. You'll see in a lot of textbooks, overbought, oh my God, get scared. Stocks that are rolling can stay overbought for a long time. Where I would be concerned if this were to drop back down below 70, and if PPO curls over, I would be concerned for a pullback. So trail up your stops, stay long. No reason to be worried at this point. No reason to get out. Make price take you out. Don't try to, second guess yourself. It's gone too far, too fast, all that kind of crap. Stay long. You can even draw a trend line here from the bottom. Catch this point up through the top here at 70 and stay long as RSI stays above your trend line, and stay long as PPO stays positive. Great trade if you got it. Microsoft came down to test this 209 area support that is held. That's your objective long. Has punched out above downtrend resistance, so the door is open to 212.50. If you got it down here at the low, stay long. And if you're not in, you got to wait till 212.50. And if it takes that out, then you've got an open door to 216.5. You've got an open $4 door from 212.50 to 216.50. And then key resistance will be up here towards 217.50, 218. Amazon not doing much at all. You got that 3100 level as your pivot point. Just trade off of that. Doesn't look like Amazon is doing a whole lot this morning. Google held that 1720 and has pushed higher. Stay long and look for 1760. Netflix. I've got a long try going on here. I'm a little bit underwater, but I'm hoping this level will hold. Buying near support, hoping for a move higher. And, if we can't hold the low, I will be stopped out. But I'm looking for a little push up here towards 486, 487.50. Now let's move on to some recent trade ideas and our open positions. Oil and Equipment Services is off to the races. We had said yesterday morning, over the weekend, a breakout here of 40 was your buy point. If you took that trade, stay long. Move your stops up to today's low. You don't want to, have a comeback and fill this gap and come back to 40. If you're not in it, I think probably kind of hard to, buy it here. But if there were to be any pullback, I'd be looking to buy either on this gap fill or a back touch of 40. So stay long if you're long. Trail up your stops. Metals and miners. Got the breakout today above 29. Stay long. Looks good, 4%. Solar, TAN. We talked about getting long on this breakout at 77.50. If you took that trade, stay long. It looks great. Run is a name that I'm in personally. We have a trade on that, on this rounded bottom and breakout above 60. That looks good. It's kind of lagging a little, I mean, up 4%. It's hard to tell on this chart because the prices are so compressed, but that looks good. We've got a breakout now, and we can move up our stops at least to break even up here on this breakout to 60. So that looks promising. Big C. Set over the weekend. Good place to get long against, you know, all-time lows, support. And if you took that trade at any time yesterday, you're looking good. Trail up your stops. Don't let them take all this back, but this looks great so far. If it can clear this 50, if you're not in, I think you can use the 50 as a benchmark level to stay, you know, get long if you miss this move. Otherwise, I think you gotta wait and see if the 50 can be cleared. Then you would have an opportunity to get long, say against 80, and look for a push up towards 105. WestRock, doing great. This is our play here. We had to endure this little pullback to 42.50. We're in January calls. Stay long. I think it looks good there. Nice move today. Joe just keeps on rolling, attacking this T2 level, which goes all the way back to 2011. So it's pushing 10-year highs. I think if it can break through this level, we could get up to the measured move target of 37.50 with a good chance for T3 up at 42.50. We're way out in June. So staying long here. No reason to get out thus far. It just keeps performing, so I'm real happy about that. Marijuana up 5%. What I decided to do here, you may decide to follow along or you know, do something different, but I've moved up my stop to 14. So if we drop down below 14, I'm going to exit. We are in December 12 calls. So I'm going to stay long against 14 and hope for a continuation, but I don't want this gap to fill back to 13.50. If it loses 14, I'm going to take profits and then try to buy a dip if it comes, you know, if it comes back and corrects. Brinker, eat. We had to endure this little pullback, but now it's breaking out. I like that one. Stay long if you're in the name. I think we're in December 55s there, if I'm not mistaken, but I like this. Price above all the moving averages and breaking out above these recent highs, so I like that still. GOGL tankers, reality check, down 4%, staying long. We're in common. I got in at 411, so was it 411? No. I'll have to check that. You know, right in there, 410, I guess, somewhere in there. Had a big give back here this morning, but I still like the chart. I still like it to go higher. Respect your stop if you're in it, of course, and but I like this long against the 200 after the breakout. Snap down a little bit today, but we held through this rug pull. Remember on 2 weeks ago, we had the big, you know, pullback. Decided to hold it there, and we've gotten a nice reacceleration up. We're near the highs. I want to stay long. Snap. We are in December 45 calls, so I still like this. Yeti, all-time highs, held through this rug pull 2 weeks ago and have gotten a nice follow through back above. I think we're in December 60 calls, so I like staying long Yeti. You could trail up your stop to 60 at the 8 EMA if you care to, but I like this long, staying long Yeti. Utz Brands, our big potato chip play, broke out of this big trading range here, looking for the low 20s, 21, 22. I like this, stay long. UTZ, I like that play. I think we're in January 20s, I believe we're in. So stay long there. Those are still performing. Onum. Bad day at the office yesterday. Trying to break out here at 36 after being up like 6% yesterday. Gave it back. And then we're up a little bit today. But no real reason to get out yet. I think we're probably underwater a little bit on our calls, but I'm going to stay long and see if we can re-ramp up to this prior high at 36. Joe, coffee. We talked about this breakout above 35. We had this pullback back to the 200. I'm staying long. We are in December 33s. So I'm hoping this pullback is temporary and we can break back out above 35. If you took profits up here, kudos to you. That was the right trade. Or spread the position, that would have been great too. If you did spread it, you can buy back your the calls that you sold for, a few pennies, and then just stay long, Joe. I still like it. SDGR was a long trade idea from back here at 60 off of this double bottom and then the breakout. Still looking for higher prices, but obviously it has run into resistance here at 70. So if you're long, stay long and look for this breakout here for a move up towards 75. Okay, and if you're wondering, I can't even look at a gold chart right now. Basically got trapped from 2 weeks ago on that $100 down move. I was hoping it could hold the line and reaccelerate. That was wrong. So those are basically toast. Should have gotten out of it immediately, but didn't. So that was a name that is bound for a zero, unfortunately. So shit happens. Didn't see it coming, didn't manage the trade very well, and that's the end of that. Still bullish gold long term, but obviously got totally trapped on that particular trade. Don't have a Bitcoin chart handy, but that's obviously been off to the races. If you're in that, great. I mean, you're rolling and are quite pleased at this point. So kudos to you if you're in that. That's been an awesome trade. So let's wrap it up there. Just some general thoughts. The cyclical value trade seems to be well underway. Back to normal, reopening trades, energy, industrials, financials, restaurants. Gosh, what else? I haven't looked at the hotels and travel, but I assume that they're doing well. Take a look at those. And one caveat, to make is just watch your exposure into the 4-day weekend, okay? I know it's easy to get FOMO. We got a lot of stuff working. A lot of stuff is ripping. But things don't go to the sky. Get your ducks in a row. Take a look at your overall exposure, heading into the weekend. I don't know if what kind of holiday plans you might have going. As you know, I'm heading down to Florida after I wrap up this video. I'm going to make my last minute pack up and start heading down there. So I will be offline the rest of today and tomorrow. I'm sure I'll be online on Friday, but just me personally, I don't want to go, full retard long into a 4-day weekend. The market will be there on Monday for, to jump back in or do whatever. But I want to stick with what I have. Those names are working. Stay long with the exposure that I have. I'm comfortable with what I have. And I suggest you do the same. It's fine to add. Just, be selective. Don't go hog wild into a 4-day weekend where you're nervous the whole time. You'll have an opportunity to make adjustments Friday morning on a half-day session if you want to do that. That's perfectly fine. But just remember those Sunday night futures. And I'm not saying that to scare you. You know that, over the weekend anything can happen. But it's definitely a risk-on environment. Pick your spots and pick your spots and respect your stops. Let's leave it at that. Hey, I really appreciate your patience with me as I make this move down to Florida. I will do my best to keep you plugged in on the things that I see that are important, along with trade ideas. I think we've got a lot working in our favor right now. I think we're in the right stuff. There's always stuff that's moving more than the things that we're in. If you're in the EV space, playing that craziness, kudos to you. There's a lot of stuff moving, and I'll be taking a close look at that sector, along with solar for other names that we can participate in these, sectors that are really moving. So I want to wish you all a really happy Thanksgiving, whatever your plans may be, whether it be with your close-knit family or if you're traveling to see your extended family. Stay safe, wash those hands, wear those gloves, wear those masks, stay safe, and enjoy your weekend, and I will talk to you soon. This has been Chris Buss with Traders Profit Compass. Talk to you next time.